Even though the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic enormously affected the earnings of people in all walks of life, including athletes, but most of the athletes earned huge portions of their income outside of the salaries from their sport in the forms of investments, endorsements, and media production deals. So the pandemic did not slow down the earnings of the elite sports stars. Today we're going to show you guys the top 10 highest paid athletes in the world in 2021. We determine the total income of the athlete by combining their on-field earnings with their off-field earnings, like sponsorship deals, appearance fees, licensing income, or any business owned by the athlete. So without any further ado, let's begin the list. But before we get started, make sure to smash the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to never miss any interesting video from us. Having said that, let's get into the video. Number 10. Kevin Durant. Earnings $75 million. Sport: basketball. Playing for the Brooklyn Nets, the infamous KD needs no introduction. After missing a season due to his Achilles injury, Durant finally made his return in the 2020-2021 season and led his team all through to the second round of the playoffs. After his contract renewal this year, it's estimated that by the time his contract ends in 2025, he will have pocketed more than $500 million just in salary. Besides his on-court income, Durant has become a full-blown media mogul with his firm 35 Ventures. He was executive producer of The Two Distant Strangers, which went on to win the Oscar for Best Live-Action Short Film. He also hit a gold mine when he invested roughly $1 million in the startup Postmates at a discounted entry price, which was picked up by Uber last year. With these savvy investments, it looks like someone is trying to catch up with LeBron James. Number 9. Tom Brady. Earnings $76 million. Sport: American football. At the age of 43, Tom Brady is the oldest athlete on this list. Brady has never been the NFL's highest paid player. After spending the first 20 years of his NFL career in the New England Patriots, Brady finally took the plunge last year and signed a 2-year contract with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The contract was worth $50 million with a further $9 million in incentives. Brady earned $15 million in salary and a $10 million roster bonus in 2021. In March 2021, Brady and the Bucs agreed to a 4-year contract extension that voids after 1 season. This contract, combined with his earnings from the previous contract, made Brady one of the highest paid athletes in 2021. Number 8. Lewis Hamilton. Earnings $82 million. Sport: Formula One racing. Lewis Hamilton banked in a whopping $82 million for winning his 7th title under the Mercedes team. Hamilton previously made it to the list of the top 10 highest paid athletes back in 2017 when he placed 10th on the list with earnings of $46 million. Most of the $82 million comes from racing, $70 million to be precise, while only $12 million comes through endorsements from sponsors including Tommy Hilfiger, Monster Energy, and Puma. Hamilton also earned a bonus payment for his Grand Prix victories. At the 2021 Spanish Grand Prix, Hamilton became the first ever driver to reach 100 pole positions in Formula One. In July of this year, Hamilton signed a contract extension to remain with Mercedes until the end of 2023. Number 7. Roger Federer. Earnings $90 million. Sport: tennis. Roger Federer netted a hefty amount of $90 million in 2021, but the catch is that less than $1 million of the total came from playing tennis. Yeah, you heard that right. A tennis player earned less than 1% of his total income from playing tennis. Roger Federer has barely played any tennis over the last 12 months. He underwent double arthroscopic surgery on his knee last year, which put him out of commission for almost the entire season. Nearly all of his $90 million in earnings comes from sponsorships with brands like Rolex, Credit Suisse, and Uniqlo. Number 6. Neymar. Earnings $95 million. Sport: football soccer. Neymar has established himself as the football's greatest star after Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, and the same remains true for their income. The top 3 footballers have made unitedly to the list of the top 10 highest paid athletes, with Neymar being 6th on the list. Playing for PSG since 2017, the club renewed his contract in May 2021, which ties him to PSG until 2025. In the new contract, he will reportedly earn just short of $40 million annually from his basic wage alone. Besides his contract, he is the 3rd most followed athlete on social media, which makes him attractive to brands. Last year, he backed down from his contract with Nike's Jordan brand and became an ambassador for Puma. Recently, the famous game publisher Epic Games introduced him to its blockbuster game Fortnite with an in-game skin and a competition to win a pair of his shoes. Number 5. LeBron James. Earnings $96 million. Sport: basketball. The 36-year-old basketball legend has been the face of the NBA for almost a decade. He's earned it all, from winning championships, MVPs, and gold medals. Aside from basketball, he debuted as a leading man in Hollywood with the release of Space Jam: A New Legacy. Although the movie slammed big time on the box office, we don't think it would put that much of a dent on LeBron's net worth. James has earned $330 million in his salary since being drafted back in 2003, with another whopping $700 million through endorsement deals. When it comes to athletes who are also inborn entrepreneurs, no one can beat LeBron James. He recently got a new deal with PepsiCo after leaving longtime partner Coca-Cola. He also recently invested in Fenway Sports Group, which owns the Boston Red Sox, Liverpool FC, and Roush Fenway Racing. Number 4. Dak Prescott. Earnings $107.5 million. Sport: American football. Star quarterback Dak Prescott was already making a pretty good income of over $30 million last season from the Dallas Cowboys. But after renewing his contract back in March 2021 for a huge sum of $160 million to stay in Dallas for the next 4 years. Aside from the $160 million, Prescott has also been given $66 million as a signing bonus. And to top it off, Dak also earns $10 million from his endorsement portfolio with sponsorships from Sleep Number, 7-Eleven, and DirecTV. Dak Prescott also recently announced an investment in a Texas restaurant chain, Walk-On's. Altogether, the investments, the endorsements, $66 million signing bonus that came with Dak's 4-year contract extension pushed the Dallas Cowboys quarterback to the position of the 4th highest paid athlete in 2021. Number 3. Cristiano Ronaldo. Earnings $120 million. Sport: football, soccer. The Portuguese football star is the 2nd highest paid footballer on this list, with his longtime rival Lionel Messi being the number 1. With his salary of $70 million and bonus for his return to Manchester United, Ronaldo's salary is only $5 million short of Messi's. Besides his lucrative on-field salary, Cristiano is the most followed athlete on all major social media platforms, which makes him the perfect candidate for major brand endorsements. He has a lifetime deal with Nike and has his own CR7 business of branded clothing, accessories, hotels, and gyms. Number 2. Lionel Messi. Earnings $130 million. Sport: football, soccer. Lionel Messi shocked the football world with his transfer from the Spanish club to the French club PSG. Before the transfer, Forbes estimated his total annual earnings to be $130 million, but with his transfer, it is expected to grow more. Reportedly, PSG will be paying an estimated $75 million in salary, which is $5 million more than his arch-nemesis Cristiano Ronaldo. In addition to salary, he will earn a bonus and a cut of player rights, including jersey sales. That could be a significant amount of money. PSG sold a mind-boggling 830,000 Messi jerseys in the first 24 hours of his arrival in the club. Aside from the money earned from football, he also has a lifetime deal with Adidas, as well as clothing lines designed by Ginny Hilfiger, sister of Tommy Hilfiger. Overall, Messi earned $130 million this year, with $97 million in salary and $33 million in endorsement deals. Number 1. Conor McGregor. Earnings $180 million. Sport UFC. It is no secret that UFC fighter Conor McGregor is rich. He's known for his wealth flashing with his luxurious cars, holidays, and rare watch collection. But you might not have expected to see McGregor on the number 1 spot after his disgraceful loss to Dustin Poirier in both UFC 257 and 264, which were held earlier this year. Pocketing only $27 million from his fights this year, most of his income comes from outside the octagon. His fighting skills might be getting a bit rusty lately, but do not forget that he is business savvy and knows how to leverage off his star status, which has helped him rake in $180 million over the past year. Much of this $180 million comes from the sale of his majority stake in Irish whiskey brand Proper No. 12. McGregor, along with the co-founders of the brand, sold their stakes to an American company for a whopping amount of $600 million. Let's not forget, he also earns millions from his endorsement portfolio that includes DraftKings, the video game dystopia Contest of Heroes, and the lifestyle brand Roots of Fight. And it looks like McGregor knew he would be leading the pack when taking part in a Twitter Q&A. Asked where he would be on the next Forbes highest paid athletes list, he replied, "Number 1, of course." Which one of these highest paid athletes shocked you the most? Feel free to drop your thoughts down in the comment box. Before going anywhere, make sure to smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the bell icon to watch more amazing videos on your YouTube dashboard. Until the next video, stay tuned.